travel nurses. Does the thought of doing your taxes make your head spin? Especially if you've worked assignments in multiple states, taxes can feel super complicated. Not to worry though, I've got your back. I'm Audrey from Trusted Health, and I'm here to guide you on this taxing journey. Pun intended. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to learn everything you need to know to have a fun and successful travel nursing career. Today, we're simplifying travel nurse taxes, stipend rules, and more. I don't know about you, but when I started travel nursing, I jumped right in, hardly thinking about my taxes. I was just ready for the adventure. There I was, living my best life, jet setting from one place to another, and then bam, tax season hit and I didn't know which way was up. Did you know that as a travel nurse, you need to file taxes in every state you work in and the state that serves as your permanent tax home? Yes, every single state. To me, this seems like a lot to manage. And on top of that, I realized I wasn't sure what a tax home was or if I had one. So I hired a tax professional and I learned a lot. Let's break it down. Travel nurses have a unique income structure compared to traditional staff. Besides the base tax portion of our pay, we also get per diems or stipend payments that are not taxed. Stipends are like an allowance for lodging, meals, and incidental expenses while you're working away from home. We all love seeing these in our paychecks, but here's the kicker. You need to meet certain criteria to be eligible for stipends and avoid hot water with the IRS. To qualify for stipends, you need a tax home. In simple terms, a tax home is either your primary area of residence where you're making most of your money, or a primary residence that you regularly return to and maintain certain expenses like a rent or mortgage when you're away on a travel assignment. Everyone's situation is different, but in many cases, a travel nurse's tax home will be where they were living and working a staff position before they began traveling, and where they return to throughout the year, probably between assignments. Here's the thing though, you can't just let your home gather dust while you're away. You need to be able to show that you're duplicating expenses, meaning you're paying for similar things at your tax home and at your assignment location. For example, you continue to pay your rent or mortgage at home while you're also paying for lodging while you're on assignment. This does also mean that if you rent out your home while you're gone on assignment, it's no longer your tax home. Since someone else is paying your rent or mortgage, you're not duplicating expenses. Okay, so what if you don't qualify for stipends, or you're just not interested in receiving them? You can still take a travel assignment. The difference is that you will be on what we call a local contract. This just means that your pay is fully taxed. Because you're being taxed on your full pay, you'll receive a higher hourly rate than a traveler who is receiving stipends in their pay package. However, your gross weekly tends to be similar to that of a traveler who is receiving stipends, and you will still likely be making more than staff nurses. You're just getting taxed on your full gross weekly. This option works best for nurses who are not eligible for stipends for one reason or another, and it can also be beneficial for those anticipating a loan, Social Security, or anything else that is based on your taxable income. This is worth considering because if you're receiving stipends, you'll likely have a low hourly rate because more of your pay is allocated to those stipends. So a lender, for example, would only consider your taxable income as income rather than your full gross weekly, including your stipends. Because of the lower hourly rates that you receive if you get stipends, travel nursing can attract the IRS's attention. Travel nurses do get audited from time to time, so working with a trusted tax professional who is familiar with your personal situation and travel contracts can help you navigate your taxes in the safest way possible. And in my opinion, it's totally worth saving myself the headache to have someone else do my taxes. Travel nurse taxes aren't as scary as they seem as long as you know the ground rules. So let's do this. At Trusted Health, we're with you every step of the way. From finding the perfect assignment to ensuring you're on the best type of contract for your tax situation, we're committed to making your journey smooth and rewarding. Sign up with Trusted Health today and join our community of traveling healthcare professionals. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if you have questions, drop them in the comments below. Let's navigate this journey together. Until next time, this is Audrey from Trusted Health signing off. Happy traveling.